the PILC Soccer Complex for some more Pierre Governors action as we get set for a doubleheader today. Pierre will be taking on the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders, and we couldn't be more excited. Beautiful day here at Pierre, a little bit breezy. A couple lightning storms rolled through early this morning, took down our station for a good bit of the morning, but hard at work, Chuck Hansen and Don Britton all getting us back up and running. We welcome you, of course, with a sponsor read from our friends over at Bank West. As always, a great thank you from our friends at Bank West. We've got soccer action coming your way here in about 25 or so minutes. We'll be right back after this short commercial break, and we'll introduce you to my partner in crime, Chris Derry. We'll talk some lineups for you. We'll introduce you to our referees and a lot more. You're listening to Pierre Governors Soccer on River 92.7.
Level tournaments, so they've got a lot of experience together. They know each other. And having watched them play throughout the year, they play very well together.
And previewing the Pierre Govs girls team here, you know, they were so aggressive in game one against Aberdeen Central, winning their first game of the season 3-1. They were going for the shutout, unable to do so, but still get a big win. And it was mainly done a lot on the defensive end, mainly by Allie Hutchinson, who we nicknamed the Bullet last week.
Allie had a great game, and her nickname, the Bullet, fits her. She comes out of nowhere, cleans up a lot of messes, and does a great job of keeping things clean in front of the keeper, Emlyn. And the defense starts up front with the forwards. They have to defend from the front, and it goes all the way through back to Emlyn. So overall, great game plan by the coaches.
And I feel like we could have nicknamed a couple of the Pierre Govs the Bullet last week with some of the aggressive play from girls like Grace Embricht and Graceland Taylor as well. So let's talk some keys to success here as we get about 20 minutes away from kickoff. Got both teams warming up here. Is there anything you notice from the Govs over here to the left? They got a little bit of jump in their step. Maybe starting the season 1-0 has something to do with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the girls are going to have to control the midfield. They're playing a team that is very possession oriented, plays possession soccer very well. So the girls are going to have to play, I would assume, probably about the same style as they played the first game. High pressure, get up, don't give them time to turn, face, make them play negative, make them play backwards towards their goal. That's going to, to me, I think that's going to be a key component to Governor's game today.
And same thing from Corey Bonte. She said we want to match that aggressiveness and that momentum that they seem to find in the game.
And Corey's a former player, just like Kira. So you have a couple of former college players leading their teams. She's an aggressive style coach, and having watched these girls, they do possess, but they will get up into you there. They'll make it physical. They'll make it hard for you to make your passes. So I think this is going to be kind of a fun, interesting chess game.
Well, we're about 10 to 15 minutes away from the national anthem, 20 minutes away from kickoff here at the PILC Soccer Complex. We'll take a quick 2-minute break. We'll be right back here on River 92.7. All right, we welcome you back to the PILC Soccer Complex, and we just talked there with Chris Derry about our keys to success, and as always, our great sponsors over at Central Dakota Eye Care bring us our keys to success. And as always, a great thank you from our friends at Central Dakota Eye Care. And now we're going to be bringing you the starting lineups, and we'll start with our visitors today from Sioux Falls, Roosevelt. And it's going to be Jenna Steffen, Madison Smalley, Brooklyn Cole, Peyton Pearson, Madison Butcher, Lily Tadlock, Sydney Quayle, Ella Rydell, Kinsley Pasica, Aura Wright, and between the pipes for the Rough Riders, Susan Olson. Before we bring you the Pierre Governors starting lineup, we're going to get a quick word from our friends at Envirotech. And now for the starting lineup for the Pierre Govs girls team. Jasmine Yost, Joe Wirtz, Grace Enbricht, Natalie Flotmeyer, Caitlin Taylor, Lexi Hilmer, Devin Van Rokel, Allison Hutchinson, Gracelyn Taylor, Ireland Templeton, and between the pipes for the Govs, Emlyn Swanson. We'll be right back. We're moments away from kickoff here at the PILC Soccer Complex. We'll introduce our starting officials, bring you some more look ahead to today's game and the boys' game to follow. You're listening to Governor Soccer Live on River 92.7.
Yeah, I've actually worked alongside two of the three quite a few times. Center ref today is Larry Kaiser. All three referees are from the Rapid City area. Again, center ref is Larry Kaiser. Your AR1 is Mike Watson, and then your AR2 is Kent Perry. Mike has been a senior referee around the state for 20 plus years. He's done a lot of classroom, a lot of mentoring, done a lot of training of a lot of young referees. So very experienced crew out there to call this game.
And if you notice, Chris had a little bit of a step on that Mike Watson name. The reason for that, he's got a great nickname that I wish we could share with you over the airwaves. Maybe if you see us off the street, you can ask us. We'll let you know what it is. Beautiful day here at Pierre, about 77 degrees. Breezy, doesn't feel like 77, a lot cooler than that. Steady breeze staying up. Clouds are kind of clearing out here, a little bit wispy over top of us. And Chris, we've got a beautiful day for soccer. We did have some rain come through, so the field is a little bit slushy. How does that slow down a field with already thick grass?
The actual field itself for the ball is going to be quick, but the field itself for the players is going to be a little bit slower because it is going to be very spongy, so they're not going to bounce like they would on a little bit firmer surface. But the ball will skip across this grass quite a bit with it being wet like that, or I should say on the wetter side. But I think the field is actually in perfect condition for playing. If I was a player, this would be my dream field to be playing on today.
Grounds crew did a fantastic job getting this one ready for today's matches. Not only do we have the girls game first, they've also got JV boys going on behind us at the same time. We'll flip-flop fields, and we'll see some boys action right after this. We're getting set for the national anthem here at the PILC Soccer Complex. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and bring you right back here for some Governor Soccer on River 92.7. And we're back here just shy of the national anthem about to take place. Both teams are out at midfield. As we look ahead to this game, Chris, we've also got another game, too, coming up. The boys' Governors taking on the Rough Riders here just after the girls' game. Can we give a quick look ahead before kickoff here between the Govs and the Rough Riders?
The Rough Riders are going to be a team that's played together for the last couple of years. They are a team that has been growing up together on the high school field and in club. Coming off a big win over Sioux Falls Jefferson 2-1. I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup for the Governors, and the Governors have something to prove after their game against Aberdeen that they don't feel they should have lost. And I agree with it. So we'll see what the matchup gives out there, but I believe it's going to be a fun game to watch.
And for the guys' team as well, you know, we were talking about that fire that can be lit under them after a tough loss like that. Is that something you play with a chip on your shoulder, or do you just try to throw that one out the window and look on to next week?
I don't. I grind that. As a coach, the boys feel it. I would feel it. I would make sure we remember that feeling and remember what it felt like and remember how we don't want to feel it again. So for me, I'm using that as a motivational tool.
And as it's a beautiful scene here at the PILC Soccer Complex, the girls' Governor team locked arm in arm at midfield, facing the red, white, and blue stripes of the American flag. The Pierre Govs in their home greens today with the white numbering and the white stripes down the shorts, green socks. Emlyn Swanson between the pipes has got the highlighter green outfit on today, and for the Rough Riders on the girls' team, they've got their maroon jerseys on with the maroon shorts and maroon socks, gold numbering and white lettering. And we are just about set for kickoff, but first let's hear a word from our friends at Comtech. And we're back here as both teams, now the Pierre Govs team huddling over by their bench. The boys Governor JV team getting pumped right behind us. Rough Riders huddled out at midfield. They break, and we are moments away from another exciting matchup of some Pierre Governor soccer here at the PILC Soccer Complex. Govs 1-0 after a win over Aberdeen Central in Week 1. Sioux Falls Roosevelt 1-0 as well after their 3-0 victory over Jefferson. One's got to give. The Govs will take the opening kickoff here momentarily. We're getting set. A lot of smiles out there today. A lot of folks happy to be playing some soccer.
Absolutely, and it's two really good teams who have played one-goal games the last three, maybe four times they've played each other. So this game, the last few times, has been a historically tight game, and I expect nothing different this game.
Whether you're joining us on air, River 92.7, or tuning in live on Live Ticket TV, we are so thrilled to have you. Our head referee looks around, blows the whistle, and we are underway. Whistle passed across midfield, stolen. The Rough Riders trying to retain possession here, pushing it forward. A little bit of contact here, back to the right. No whistle taken and picked up by the Govs. Now coming back the other way. Beautiful feed down the field from Ireland Templeton, trying to find her counterpart Jasmine Yost down in the corner. That one will go out of the back end line there. It'll end up in a corner kick for the Govs here. Early opportunity.
Yeah, good work down the field. Ireland wanted to test out their back line and find out what kind of speed they had versus what the Governors had, and found out that Miss Yost can get behind that line pretty quickly. So early opportunity.
Grace Enbrecht will be taking this corner for the Govs. Two Rough Riders line the pipes. High arching kick in. Ends right outside the arc, and now going to come back the other way momentarily. But fed back in now by the Govs. Here an opportunity. As this one's cleared out by the Rough Riders, will come out of bounds right in front of their bench. Enbrecht to come and throw it in.
And the Governors are putting pressure on Roosevelt right away, as a home team should. They're going to put high pressure on them. Wind is a crosswind, so there's really no advantage there, but putting them under pressure, seeing how they can handle being under pressure after a long road trip from Sioux Falls today.
Govs are attacking from our left to our right. Ball thrown in and quickly batted around. And now deep in a ball off the foot of Natalie Flutmeyer. That'll go the way of the Rough Riders, but some good early pressure.
And again, you're seeing another chance like Aberdeen. The defender's taking the kick instead of the keeper here, which is an interesting tactic.
Is there any reason behind that, Chris?
You know, a lot of times coaches will do that because the keeper doesn't have a strong enough leg to do what they want to do. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of it.
Ball now going down towards the Governor defensive end, going to roll just out of reach, it looks, and nearly saved by the Rough Riders. That was Lily Tadlock chasing down that loose ball. Now whistle, they're going to say it did go out of bounds right where Tadlock kicked that ball. Quick discussion here between the referees. They're going to stop the time and discuss this. Tadlock was in full pursuit of that ball, trying to save it, trying to create an opportunity here. Any idea what this conversation could be between
I was looking for
the
a
two
hand
officials
signal
here?
from Mike Watson to Larry, and I didn't see any. He raised his flag almost like an offsides, but I'm not sure if that's what he was calling or not.
Wasn't necessarily a fast break towards the net. Looked like Tadlock was really just trying to save that ball from going out of bounds.
And they're bringing the teams in for something.
And so now, yes, you're right, Chris. They're going to bring both teams over to their benches. And they're going to head to talk to Kira Swenson, the head coach of the Govs. 2 thumbs up. And so now Corey Bonte is going to step in right here at midfield and have a conversation. Unsure what this could be about, folks. Very interesting development here early in this game. Now, AD Brian Mosier steps in to have a word.
There's something with the team. I'm not 100% sure what they're discussing, to be honest.
Kira Swenson pulls her entire bench together, down on one knee like Josh Allen in the middle of a huddle, about to call an offensive play. Conversation still continuing on here for Corey Bonte, the Rough Riders head coach. She now signals her team to huddle up. A lot of confusion here. Not sure what's going on. And we'll see if we can get an explanation as the conversation continues. Only a few minutes into this match, no score.
I see what they're doing. They're saying that the Rough Riders need to change into their white tops. It should be a dark and a light, and they're making the Rough Riders change into their white tops. Originally, the Rough Riders wanted to wear their maroon since it's obviously opposite of green, but the officials are adhering to the NFHS rules where it says dark and light.
Very astute observation by our very own Chris Derry there. Rough Riders changing out of those maroon tops into the road whites. So now that gives a little clarity what Corey Bonte was saying before when she said, we talked to the AD about this before the game.
Sometimes, and sometimes that's that's a referee's discretion. Obviously, Mike Watson over there as a senior referee, been doing this a long time. He called attention to it. He didn't like it. Talked to the head ref, Larry, and they agreed they both didn't like it. So we're going to change, and we're going to play the way they want to play.
Now, if I was just going to assume here, I would have to imagine that the dark of the maroon and the dark forest green don't necessarily stand apart enough when trying to call an offsides or something that close, and that's why they requested the change. They didn't request it until we were a couple minutes into this game.
And that can be one thing. For me as a referee of many years, I'm more worried about the socks than I am the jersey.
Interesting.
Because a lot of times when you see that ball come out of a quick deflection, a lot of times it's off the leg, and seeing a light or a dark sock helps you to determine which way it's going. So for me personally, I'm more about the socks, but the referees have decided the top. So here we go.
And we're back in action. Emmeline Swanson puts this one down, feeds it off to Grace Enbrick deep in their own zone, trying to play it forward, picked off nicely by the Rough Riders. And now here they go. Kinsley Pasica down in the corner trying to take it, push it in front of the net, shot in front of the goal, deflected away, and it'll be loose down towards the corner. Chasing after it, Natalie Flottmeyer for the Govs, just trying desperately to clear this one. It looked like Grace Taylor stepped in front of that one. It was actually Joe Wirtz that stepped in front, kicked that one out of bounds. Ball still with the Rough Riders here on the defensive end for the Govs, trying to get this ball deep. Enbrick trying to clear it, unable to do so. And it'll stay down here.
One dangerous thing about this now is, and this is just something from a coach's perspective and player's perspective, having to do that and go through that change can motivate this Rough Rider team a little bit, give them a little bit of fire that they might not have had previously.
Anything you can find. Pasica now with a shot that goes far wide of the net. She cut through about 4 or 5 Govs to get to that position outside the box, but it floats harmlessly wide to the right side of our vantage point of the goal. Swanson will put it down, gives it off to Enbrick, tries to play it forward to Wirtz. Successfully this time, not as much pressure here from the Rough Riders. Pasica steps up, rushes the pass from Wirtz, and now the Rough Riders regain the possession. Steffen clears it in down to Peyton Pearson. And ball back to midfield. Some good pressure there after the timeout called by the officials. This one going to be cleared by the Govs down towards the Rough Rider goal. Susan Olsen going to field this one and survey the field.
You know, with both teams playing the formations that they're playing, both teams are playing a 4-3-3. That's going to be really congested in the middle part of the field, where you're going to see a lot of opportunities as it comes from each wing, the left and the right side. So I expect to see a lot of congestion in the middle, get the ball out wide, and then that's where the opportunity, I believe, are going to come from.
Ball went off the knee of the referee right back to Pasica, and he blew that dead. Unfair advantage there. Govs retain possession here, trying to get it into Joe Wirtz. She fights hard for the ball. Back here at midfield, they're going to draw it back.
And this is what you want to see, a little bit of possession. Let's keep it, try to play it away from pressure here.
These teams wasted no time trying to feel each other out. They were aggressive off the jump. This one rolls down to Swanson, out of reach of any Rough Rider offensive player.
And I think that's something that's going to be a repeat thing throughout this game, is the keepers coming off their line to clean up balls that have come over the top like that on both sides.
And is that the type of thing, as a coach, you think at some point there might be a mistake made by one of the goalkeepers and one slips by?
I don't know if it's going to be so much a mistake as in a better played ball, a ball that's played a little bit more angled towards the corner flag away from the keeper, so the keeper can't come out and clean it up easily. It'd be more of an adjustment I would make, but we'll see what each coach does.
Between Susan Olsen and Emmeline Swanson, they have yet to allow a goal this year. This one cleared down into the Rough Rider zone. Chased after it by Jenna Steffen. She'll be the one to throw it in. Over the head of Joe Wirtz, now played by Embrecht.
And right now Pierre's getting beat to the 50-50 balls. They're going to need to step it up a little bit. Don't want Roosevelt to get comfortable winning those 50-50 balls like that.
Deflection off the knee of Jasmine Yost sends the ball deep into the Gloves defensive zone. Embrecht trying to save that one line. She does so successfully. And beautiful pickup by Jasmine Yost to step in front of that one. Plays it forward. Gracelyn Taylor now trying to find somebody up ahead, but too many white jerseys that used to be maroon. And they'll play that one back towards midfield.
And Gracelyn was trying to get the ball over to Van Rokel. She just needed to play a little bit more of an angled ball towards the corner, and it would have been there for her.
One true scoring opportunity in this match thus far. That came for the Rough Riders. All just kind of staying in between these two 18s that you talk about that are so important, Chris.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I expected right off the bat. Both teams playing the same formation. Both teams playing kind of the...
Oh, and now a step in front. Emmeline Swanson trying to get a clear, loose ball. A beautiful play by the Rough Riders. I believe that was Peyton Pearson stepping in front of that one. It was. She deflected the ball, almost rolled to the back of the net for the Rough Riders. Almost the first goal of this game.
that's a mistake that can happen from Emlyn, and knowing Emlyn, she'll fix that. That won't happen again. So luckily they got away with it, and I'm sure she'll fix it going forward.
She recovered very nicely after the play to get on top of that ball, did not lose her cool. This one, loose ball again, trying to race to it, picked up by the Rough Riders. It's Lily Tadlock, but this one deflected away nicely by Caitlin Taylor, as Tadlock was one-on-one in front of the net. This one stays alive, ball back out to midfield. Now a nice pass up the far side, looking for Lexi Hilmer as she pushes it up the side. Ball into the box, but to no avail. Susan Olsen going to pick that one up for the Rough Riders.
And you'll notice a theme here with Roosevelt. They have identified that they want to go at Caitlin Taylor. A lot of balls have been crossed to that side over there, one-on-one for Caitlin. So Caitlin's going to have a big game today by the way they're playing right now.
Three imposing figures for the Rough Riders in Lily Tadlock, Brooklyn Cole, and Peyton Pearson. Very tall, athletic, fast players. Can cause a lot of problems for you defensively. This one cleared out far side. Gracelyn Taylor runs over. She's going to throw this one in for the Cubs. And here we go, our first substitution of the game. As we see Zoe Bauer check in, Jasmine Yost coming out.
So I'm sure Kira wants to talk to Jasmine and make a quick little adjustment. Something that she sees. A lot of times that's what a coach will do. Hey, come over here and talk to me real quick so we can adjust this without screaming across the field, especially in this wind. You're not going to get much done.
Don't want to give away your secrets to the opposing team either. Fight for the ball up front. Joe Wirtz going at it with Kinsley Pasica, and the Rough Riders going to claim this one, pushing it down far quarter. It's Lily Tadlock trying to find a crosser in the middle. She's got Peyton Pearson there. She looks for it, but just in front. Grace Enrick deflects it wide, and the Cubs will clear it for now. Nice play there by Grace Enrick to get that ball out of danger.
And again, another out there to Tadlock. They're really working the right side of their offense against our left defense.
They know what they want to do. They're going after it. They smell blood in the water. A couple opportunities here as of late, but now coming back the other way. Natalie Flottmeyer with it, tries to get it across, but it's going to be picked off nicely by Jenna Steffen. Rough Riders now will set up their offense. Steffen now pushing it near side. She's got Brooklyn Cole down in the corner, now clears it across, looking for Peyton Pearson just a little bit too far, and Emlyn Swanson tracks down the floating ball.
And that's going to be a point of emphasis for Emlyn to get those balls out of the air.
And another intercepted pass for the Rough Riders now. Back to Madison Butcher towards midfield. This ball rolls out of bounds. Butcher will claim it. She throws it in.
You were asking me earlier, is there an advantage with this wind? And the one disadvantage there is, it's a blatant disadvantage as a former keeper myself, the keepers. If the ball's coming into it, it's going to float. If it's coming with it, it's going to do some weird action in the air. So keepers really have to keep their eye on the ball, watch it all the way in their hands, get behind the ball when they get ready to make a save.
And naturally, without wind, these balls move off the foot of some of these shots.
They do. The way the striker textures the ball when they strike it is a big thing, and with this wind, it just makes it that much harder.
Beautiful pass from Lily Tadlock, trying to find Brooklyn Cole here on the near side, inside the box. Opportunity being set up here by the Rough Riders, but beautiful defense from Grace Enrick as she takes that one away and kicks it up to Joe Wirtz. Wirtz pushes it ahead. It's very Flottmeyer pressing hard on the sideline right in front of our booth. Jenna Steffen wins that battle for the Rough Riders.
Great job by Grace Enrick to take the right angle to the ball. You notice she didn't run at the player, she ran where the player was going. If you got a player who's got the speed like she does out here, Grace played that correctly and ran to the spot she was going for.
Still no score here at the PILC Soccer Complex. Flottmeyer with the ball now, trying to get away from a defender, and a whistle blown. They're going to call that one on Aura Wright. Not a lot of contact there, but maybe got her arm around the waist.
Yeah, he's a referee. A lot of time will set the tone what kind of game they want to see, and Larry's telling them right there, you guys, I like the physical play, just let's not get too handsy.
Hasn't been extremely physical, not like we saw against Aberdeen Central on Friday. A lot of speed out here, though. This one cleared through the middle. Going to be chasing after it for the Govs is Caitlin Taylor. She'll clear back to Swanson. Swanson boots it ahead. Finding Devin Van Rokel, who clears it across to Lexi Hilmer. Hilmer tries to feed it up the far sidelines, but out of bounds. Rough Riders to throw this one in. And here they go again now. Peyton Pearson with it, far side, trying to cut it back towards the middle of the field. Nice feed across outside the top of the arc. And coming inside, Brooklyn Cole now left side of the goal. Tries to play it back towards the middle, but broken up nicely by Joe Wirtz. Retaining possession is Cole. Feeds it back up near side, finding Stefan. Stefan pushes it back towards the middle of the field to Sydney Quayle. And now a whistle. Not another uniform change here, Chris, right?
No, he's checking the players' equipment. Earrings.
Okay, well, yeah, well.
And that's it. That is.
You know, I said it kind of offhand, but it was technically another uniform change. Is now Lily Tadlock, one of the most aggressive players for the Rough Riders, and has given them multiple scoring opportunities. Going to have to come out of the game.
Yep, and that's something that the referees ask in the beginning. Are your players, is the equipment correct, and are they ready to play?
And that could be a huge temporary loss for the Rough Riders. Tadlock has been everywhere on the field this far. Yep. Embricht with the ball now, trying to get it out of their own zone. Splits two defenders nicely. Pass up ahead. Lexi Hilmer got it now, trying to feed it beautifully through the defenders. And she's got Gracelyn Taylor chasing after it. What a move on the goaltender, Olsen. And then it's in the back of the net for Grayson Taylor. Making a couple defenders miss. Tiptoes her way into the zone and finds a wide open net to put the Govs up 1-0 here halfway through the first half.
That was a great pass right from inside our defensive half at the midfield from Lexi Hilmer.
Absolute
nice pass right between the two center backs for Gracelyn, and she wanted to see, is Gracelyn faster than her two center backs? The answer, yes.
Sounding yes. Lexi Hilmer has to be given credit for that wonderful pass, threading the needle. So Gracelyn Taylor could go to work, showing off some speed, showing off some incredible footwork.
Yeah, great patience by Gracelyn. She didn't take the first opportunity. Keeper tried to wait for the ball to come into her 18-yard box, which was a mistake on her part. And the Governors capitalized on it.
And yeah, taking advantage of Lily Tadlock being out of the game momentarily for the Rough Riders, they jumped on it quickly. Emlyn Swanson now with the ball, brings it over near side, runs the length of the box, gets it out to Gracelyn Taylor. Pressured quickly, though. Kinsley Pasica, she has been everywhere as well. Pasica now wanted to throw that one in, but they're going to award it to the Govs. A little bit of disagreement on the face there, a whistle blown. And now the ball going to go back to the Rough Riders. Maybe an illegal throw in there from Grace Embricht. Stefan's got it, throws it in. Going back and forth. Govs find themselves momentarily with possession, trying to get it out of there as Lexi Hilmer, she does. And guess who's running after it full head of steam? Gracelyn Taylor trying to track this one down. This one's going to be cleared out of bounds. Pierre, after the hustle from Gracelyn Taylor, will retain the possession.
And that's, you're going to hear people say she's just running for the purpose of running. Actually, she ran for a purpose. The purpose was to put her under pressure and make her get rid of the ball quicker than she wanted to, cause a turnover, ball right back to the Governors. Great job, Gracelyn.
And she'll have the opportunity to throw it in here. Finds Natalie Flotmeyer on a double bouncer. Ball kind of stunned there as two kicks from either side stopped it dead in its tracks. This one going to be cleared the length of the field now. Grace Enbrick getting her steps in today, chases that one down now. Oh, soft pass picked off nicely by Brooklyn Cole for the Rough Riders. Enbrick has to scuttle over to it. And the Rough Riders here with a possible opportunity. Cole going to throw this one in. Right down near the corner, probably 10 yards from it. Off the chest, Cole going to have to save this one quickly. They're going to say out of bounds. So maybe some wind affecting that pass there. And the Rough Riders here with a possible opportunity. Cole going to throw this one in. Right down near the corner, probably 10 yards from it. Off the chest, Cole going to have to save this one quickly. They're going to say out of bounds. So maybe some wind affecting that pass there. 2 balls thrown at her. We only need 1. Gets the pass back after the throw-in. Congested play here right in front of our booth. Flottmeyer going to try to find a way out here. Jasmine Yost, who just checked back into the game, clears it. Now Joe Wirt's going to try to push it forward. Govs lead 1-0. Getting close to our first scheduled timeout. Pass down far side. Shot off the post. Oh, right by Emlyn Swanson. It was a beautiful shot from the Rough Riders. It was Aubrey Galipo with the shot. She put an absolute cracker on, just past the outstretched fingers of Emlyn Swanson, saved by the post.
And that was a heck of a shot. Wind right behind her. She put everything into it. That ball knuckled right over the top of Emlyn's hand, and luckily the post was friendly for Pierre that time.
Maybe the slightest bit of deflection off the fingers of Emlyn Swanson to save the goal. We'll take our first scheduled timeout here, let the teams get some water. We've got a 1-0 lead for the Govs here halfway through the first half. Our first timeout is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola Bottling.
When out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Bank West is rooted in South Dakota. Committed to local success, just like you. We're all connected. In South Dakota, for South Dakota. Convenient, connected, committed. Bank West.
Stay in back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
And welcome back in my partner, Chris Derry. Chris, exciting first half thus far. Not as much physical play, a lot more speed. A couple of uniform changes we've seen here in the first 20 minutes of this game.
Yeah, it's been a tale of a lot of different stories, little stories in this first 20-plus minutes here. And honestly, it's been kind of there's, you can see the patterns developing. The Rough Riders have obviously want to attack down that right side. They feel they have an advantage over there, and Pierre is doing everything they can to win the ball and then release their forwards up front, who they believe they have a speed advantage on. So we'll see which one continues over the next 60 minutes here.
That was Chris Derry. I'm Justin Cowart, joining you live from the PILC Soccer Complex. William Wilson doing a great job back in the booth as always, as we're waiting for the whistle to get us underway. 1-0 Govs lead. The Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders here early in this one. And I don't care what you say if the wind affects this game or not. If it's strong enough to blow my computer around this table, it's strong enough to affect that soccer ball. They're having to deal with it out there. Clouds rolling out thanks to this wind, a little hazy over top of us. Whistle blows. Grace Imbrick to throw this one in. Quickly out of bounds, but stays with the Govs. Kira Swenson, head coach, giving some commands from the bench over here to our left. Ball off the left side of the foot of Grace Imbrick. Give the Rough Riders another opportunity here. Tried to cross through a pass like Lexi Hilmer did. Dangerous play in front of the net, but Emlyn Swanson able to get rid of it, coming right towards us. And a nice play by my color guy here, Chris Derry, off the foot. He's played a game or two in his life. Govs going after this one. Back and forth, back and forth. This one cleared down to the far end corner. Grace Imbrick chases after it. She'll be able to throw it in for the Govs.
Watching from the sidelines right now, we like to call it a tennis match. Your head's going back and forth just like you're watching a tennis game. There's still a lot of feeling out going on. I think a lot more of the strategy and stuff is going to come out in this second half.
Rough Riders with an opportunity here. It's Kinsley Pasica making her mark on the game again. This one goes out of bounds, however. Emlitz wants it with it. Pasica can't believe it. She thought it went off a gov. She wanted a corner, but did not win the argument with the referees. This one cleared down the far side of the field. Will it stay in bounds? Graceland Taylor chasing after it quickly, saves it. Tried to get it across to Natalie Flockmeyer, but picked off nicely there. Lexi Hilmer trying to get after it, now kicks back even further. Ireland Templeton now. Oh, and some contact there with Lexi Hilmer. No foul, no whistle. Good crowd on hand today for Game 2 of the Gov season. Here comes the Govs now, pushing it into the offensive zone, and a dart from Lexi Hilmer just goes wide. She wanted to test Susan Olsen again.
Susan was out of position there. Lexi picked her head up and saw where she was. She was all the way over on her near post back towards her line, which means that the far side of the goal was wide open. And Lexi's not afraid to take those shots, right foot or left foot. She'll let them go.
And that's what Kira Swenson was so adamant talking to us about in our production meetings. She said, I want my players to be aggressive. I want these girls to go get after it. Lexi Hilmer doing just that, saw an opportunity, tried to capitalize on it, shot from well outside the box. But good to see them get another attempt. Rough Riders going to throw this one in. Jenna Steffen. And now Natalie Flockmeyer with some hustle picks off the pass. That came from Sydney Quayle. This one fought for on the sideline, going to stay with the Govs.
Yeah, Sydney took a look around. She didn't like what she saw, so better part of valor, so to speak. She just kicked out of bounds. Let's reset up our formation.
Hendrick throws in a lot of contact on the far side. Jasmine Yost involved in it. And it was also Kinsley Pasica called for the foul.
Yeah, and she just, referee determined, she was trying to shield the ball, and she just got a little bit too aggressive with it.
Ireland Templeton boots it deep into the middle of the box, kicked up in the air, and right in front of it, Natalie Flockmeyer with an opportunity, but they're going to throw up the flag and say she was offsides. Flockmeyer found herself right in front of the net. She was almost standing under the canopy of the net, but she was just a little bit too far out in front. Rough Riders will clear this one.
Yeah, she had the right idea. She just got caught ball watching a little bit, and that happens more times than not for strikers up front when they're watching that ball.
It's got to be tough.
Bouncing around.
Got to be tough to account for all of that going on. Flockmeyer now with it, trying to set something up here. Nice pass back to Lexi Hilmer. Hilmer pushing it left, trying to feed it forward. Ireland Templeton now trying to cross it in front. Susan Olsen sticks out the left hand and bats it down. Nice crossing pass from Ireland Templeton.
Yeah, and Miss Olsen back there, that ball took a different bounce than she was expecting. She had to put her left paw out to knock it down to grab it. Otherwise, it would have scooted on by her.
Devin Van Rokel also involved in that scoring opportunity down on the far side, making a nice play as well. Rough Riders now trying to push it, picked off nicely by Caitlin Taylor. Out the middle of the field, trying to push it ahead to Peyton Pearson. Pearson far side now, outside the box, right on the corner. Now bringing it to the middle of the field. Darting nicely. Feeds it back, shot on goal. Just floats a little bit far. Sophia Maynard on the attempted shot. Excuse me, that was actually Madison Smalley on the attempted shot for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, and Pearson got down there and did a lot of work to get into the shooting area, get herself open, and then laid it off and just missed hit on the strike.
Nice pass from Smalley to Pasica. Pasica now trying to set it up in front of the box. A little bit of contact now, played back by the Rough Riders. Allie Hutchinson picking and prodding her way through this defense, now just going to play it back.
A great idea by Ms. Hutchinson. Laid it back into space where it was open, and we get a ball out wide for the attack, again out in that wide space.
And Graceland Taylor playing extra tough there. A little bit of hip contact, didn't get seen by the officials. Play on. Graceland Taylor played it nicely, but now back out to midfield. Grace Inbricht going to settle things down for the Govs. Clears it across midfield now. Ball still kind of in limbo here between these two teams. Right idea heading it forward by Pasica, but Grace Imbricht was there, going to play it off to Emlyn Swanson, who clears it over the head nicely. Brooklyn Cole. Ball bounces out of bounds right in front of us. And Jasmine Yost now will throw it in for the Govs. Substitution coming for both sides. Yost will check out. Checking in for her, Zoe Bauer. And checking back in, Lily Tadlock and Sophia Maynard. For the Rough Riders, checking out Madison Smalley, as well as Peyton Pearson. So Tadlock now back into the game. Huge advantage for the Rough Riders after that equipment check. And they waste no time now, feeding it through. Gets it off to Tadlock, a little bit behind her. She'll have to turn and play that one. Feeds it around the outside of Grace Imbricht down into the deep zone where Allie Hutchinson will pick it up, try to play it forward. Tadlock right there to pick off the pass. Now she goes to work far side corner. Near side, rather. Bouncing in front of the net, Emlyn Swanson picks it up nicely. She had a Rough Rider right in her lap. It was Aubrey Gallipo applying the pressure, but Emlyn Swanson staying cool. Yeah, she boots this one straight up into the air. Sorry, Chris.
Oh, no, yeah, it was a nice job. Just calm and collected, cleared her box. Let's set it up again and see if we can get the work out.
Tadlock trying to cross it over to Aubrey Gallipo. Stepping in front of that one nicely was Caitlin Taylor, booting it out of bounds. Will stay with the Rough Riders. Gallipo to throw it in. And now it'll change hands. Give it back to one of her teammates, thrown in. Played by Kira Demarius. Still possessed here. Wind howling. Ball in front of the box. Rough Riders trying to corral it, trying to feed it across and find Jenna Steffen. They do, but picked up nicely by Natalie Flottmeyer. Her defense today has been outstanding thus far. Flottmeyer now, wow, knifing through some Rough Rider defenders. Gracelyn Taylor fighting for the ball at midfield. Hilmer blocks the pass from Demarius.
You can see the intensity has picked up a little bit here. Pierce pressing everything right now. The wind is playing a little bit havoc with the ball, and Pierce taking advantage of it by pressing high.
And Caitlin Taylor did an excellent job stepping in front of that pass, leading here to an opportunity. Lexi Hilmer with a shot off the left foot, just over the crossbar. Another great effort from Lexi Hilmer, putting the pressure on that net.
Yeah, another left-footed shot, going for top shelf on that shot, and you saw Miss Olsen. She just looked up because she knew there was nothing she could do about it if it was in.
This one cleared out. Sydney Quayle clearing it for the Rough Riders, not Olsen. Allie Hutchinson, far side midfield. Playing it forward. Give and go. Played up to Gracelyn Taylor. Taylor gives it off. Zoe Bauer now coming near side with it. And the 8th grader will play it back. So impressed with Zoe Bauer's play in these first 2 games as just an 8th grader taking on with 2 talented teams in the Aberdeen Golden Eagles and the Rough Riders here. Really holding her own.
She's done very well against some great competition, older competition as well.
But she's got the look. She's got the look on her face that says, I don't care how old you are, I don't care how young I am, I'm going to come and I'm going to fight till the death with you. This one cleared out of bounds. Nice play there by Jersey Understock, saving the camera tower. Ball down far side, far end, near side, and a shot off the right foot, but right into the waiting hands of Gallipo. Ball still down in the corner, trying to be cleared here by the Govs. And they're going to be able to do so. Zoe Bauer now bringing it up towards midfield, has 3 Rough Riders guarding her, but she's going to take them on. This one out of bounds. We'll see who they award it to. It's going to go back to the Rough Riders. Understock checks into the game. Gracelyn Taylor checking out for the Govs. Ella Rydell checking in for the Rough Riders. Madison Butcher will take a seat. Thrown in by Steffen. Fighting hard for the ball. Allie Hutchinson tries to clear it up at midfield. Imbricht back and forth. That tennis match you were talking about, Chris, continues on.
Yeah, it does, and right now it's kind of interesting. Both teams who like to who value a little bit of possession, who value a little bit of working a ball out wide, or doing a lot of ball over the top. And I would assume at halftime both coaches are going to address that and say, hey, we're not getting anything out of it. Let's get some balls on the carpet and make some easy passes.
Nice turnaround there by Pasica. Ball bounce out of bounds, but Pasica has been working hard out there. Seemingly, Pasica has been around every ball that the Rough Riders have had on offense.
She is, she's. I referred in the last game about being a ball hawk. She's a ball hawk.
Absolutely, great way to put it, Chris. This one played up the sideline, far side, chasing after it quickly is Devin Van Rokel, winning the battle, using that speed, trying to save it before it goes out of the back end line. But a great show of effort there from Devin Van Rokel, chasing that one down. Again, giving these defenders all they can handle and forcing a corner kick.
Yeah, and you can see it. Pierre feels like they can win the speed battle against their defense. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments. I keep talking about adjustments, but in soccer, the halftime is so important. You can get through the first half. Okay, let's make our adjustments and let's win it in the second half. And I see that happening.
Lexi Hilmer off the corner nearly scores the goal off the kick. It goes right by Susan Olson. She went up as high as she could for it. Just over her fingertips. It'll roll out of bounds. It'll be a goalie kick, but another near scoring opportunity, all facilitated by Lexi Hilmer.
Yeah, and that was a great kick. The wind was behind her. She tried to curve that into the back post. Miss Olson in net there misplayed that, being on the front post. She needed to start from her back post and come forward. So I won't assume she'll get that second opportunity to look like that. So,
Gracelyn Taylor fighting for the ball again there outside the box, almost forcing a turnover, but it does come back to the Govs. Lexi Hilmer now trying to find Devin Van Rokel, but just out of her reach. Govs lead 1-0 here. 1-0, I should say. Whistle blown.
Referee's telling Roosevelt, the player from Roosevelt, to hey, I didn't like what happened underneath after the play left. Let's calm it down a little bit. Now Mike has called the referee has called Larry, the head referee, over, pointing at something that resulted in the face.
So an unusual amount of referee discussions here in the first half. If you're just joining us, we had a uniform change about 3 minutes into this one. The Rough Riders showed up in their maroon jerseys after a couple minutes of play. They told them they had to change into the road whites. Head coach Corey Bonte said, we cleared that with the AD beforehand, but they willingly changed. And then, of course, the equipment check with Lily Tadlock, bringing her out of the game for a couple minutes. This one now cleared in. Lexi Hilmer in front of the net wants to get a shot off. That one's poked loose. Ball's going to stay here with the Govs, but now be taken away. Lily Tadlock, part of that steal. Kicked forward by Demarius, trying to find a sprinting Tadlock. Grace Embricht's going to be on the other end of this pass. Picked up by Jersey Understock nicely. Kicked back to Embricht. Embricht's trying to work free from Tadlock and does. Finds Zoe Bauer here near side. And another whistle. Now a head referee giving a final warning for tough play, this time talking to Lily Tadlock of the Rough Riders.
Like I said, that's what he's looking for. He's looking for that stuff that comes after the play. A little shoulder nudge in the back as you're running by, a little hip check as you're running by. He's trying to cut that out. And to be honest, as a referee, I like that. It keeps the stuff down later in the game. It can tend to happen if you don't cut it out at the beginning of the game.
I'll tell you who didn't like it was head coach of the Rough Riders, Corey Bonte, wanting explanations on these. And windy, it's loud. She's unable to get the reasoning for the calls. I'm sure she'll get them at halftime. Fight for the ball here at midfield.
Yeah,
Sika down to the turf.
And Coach John over there, she's she's fighting for her team. That's what a coach does. She can see her players are starting to get a little bit frustrated, so she's standing up for them, letting them know that she's got their back, and you can't fault her for that. She wants clarification, and you know, she's going to get it sooner or later.
Another whistle here. 2 substitutions coming in for the Govs. 1 for the Rough Riders. Checking into the game, Natalie Flottmeyer after a well-deserved break, as well as Ireland Templeton checking in. Peyton Pearson for the Rough Riders. Getting closer to the half. Govs lead 1-0 here. It was a beautiful pass from Lexi Hilmer to Gracelyn Taylor. She weaved through a couple Rough Rider defenders on her way to a wide-open net to score the game's only goal. Rough Riders in search of an equalizer here, pushing it, stepping in front of it nicely was Allie Hutchinson. She kicks that one out of bounds, gets the Govs an opportunity to reset on the defensive end.
I don't think the Roosevelt striker, Miss Pearson, is used to someone being able to run stride for stride with her, and Allie Hutchinson is showing her, you know, everything that every bit of pace that you have, I have is equal amount of pace.
What this Govs team doesn't have in size, they well make up for in speed.
Yes, they do, and it shows everywhere on the field, from the backs to the wings to the strikers up front. It's all over the field.
Swanson kicks it dangerously through some traffic, picked up by Flottmeyer. She tries to play it forward to Zoe Bauer. Fight for the ball, won by Pasica, and now she's pushed off the ball. Bonte, the head coach, wants a whistle, and she's going to get one, rightfully so.
And the referee just took his time. He wanted to make sure there was no advantage there. That's good. You know, good officiating. You want to make sure there's no advantage to take away.
Set piece coming. Pasica off the right foot. A nice kick, but it bounces softly into the hands of a waiting Emlyn Swanson.
Yeah, she took the quick kick there, thinking that maybe she could catch Emlyn not paying attention, but Emlyn was watching the ball the entire time.
It's one of those high-risk, high-reward opportunities. Tough to pull off in this wind, but equally tough to defend in this wind if you're Emlyn Swanson.
Correct. You notice how that ball at the last minute dipped down and just died, and that's a result of the wind knocking it down.
Ball cleared down, chasing after it is Peyton Pearson, fighting her tooth and nail for it. Was Allie Hutchinson down far side, going to be cleared up. Demarius with it. And now picked off nicely. Coming back the other way is Ireland Templeton.
And Ireland read that like a book. I mean, she stepped right in that passing lane and took it.
And now a beautiful feed across. It's Natalie Flottmeyer. Now ball bouncing back to her left. Gracelyn Taylor going to pick it up, and a beautiful feed to Zoe Bauer, just trying to stay onside. Chases that one down, pushing it to the corner. Size advantage, Rough Riders, as she was covered by Lily Tadlock now, and a boot off the foot of Gracelyn Taylor in front of the net, off the chest of a defender, and booted out of bounds and out of harm's way by the Rough Riders. Gracelyn Taylor was in front of the net with an opportunity, but nicely defended by the Rough Riders.
Yeah, and we're needing a sub here. Jersey,
Yeah,
Jersey wants a sub out from some contact that she took.
Yeah, and checking in for her, Joe Wertz. And Jersey pacing slowly to the sideline with a bit of a limp. She's got a big knee brace on that right leg. She'll come to the sideline in some visible pain. Tough player she is.
Yeah, Jersey's a tough kid, so I'm sure she'll be right back in.
So a yellow card has been assessed. There's 2 green jerseys in the area. I believe it was assessed to Natalie Flottmeyer. She'll come out of the game. And then checking in for her, Lexi Hilmer.
Yeah, referee just said a little bit of a dangerous play there. DP on DP, so dangerous play always results in a yellow card for the player making the foul.
Flottmeyer didn't seem too fazed by it. She had a big smile on her face as she walked to the bench in front of us. Cut in front nicely by Jasmine Yost to stop that advance for the Rough Riders. We'll stay here. Stefan gonna throw it in for Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Throws it softly and booted way up into the air by Lily Tadlock. Taken away by Demarius. And across nicely here to Stefan. Stefan gonna push the issue here, trying to cut it back to the inside. Feeds it across to Pasica. Pasica loses it, but reclaimed by the Rough Riders now. Far side corner. Aubrey Gallipo with it, trying to cross it. Blocked nicely by Caitlin Taylor, still working Gallipo, and that one's going to go off of Caitlin Taylor and will lead to a Sioux Falls Roosevelt corner kick.
Great job, Caitlin Taylor, on just keeping her position, staying in front of the ball, making sure that the ball didn't get crossed into a dangerous area.
Looks like Aubrey Gallipo going to take the corner here for the Rough Riders on the far end.
And Mike Watson is signaling to Larry again. He wants him to check the player for safety issues.
Corey Bonte wants them to hurry it up. Booted right in front of the net. Oh, right over the hands of Emlyn Swanson. It bounces through a couple bodies to the far side corner. And a dangerous quarter, nicely played by Aubrey Gallipo. And that will signal the end of the first half. Eventful first half. We had a couple different things going on. We'll tell you all about it when we return here. You're listening to Pierre Governors Soccer Live on River 92.7.
Black Hills Vacation Home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Refined design, remarkable capabilities. Ford Edge at Capital City Ford delivers everyone and everything in style and comfort. Bold and aggressive on the outside, lavish with lots of tech on the inside. This SUV does a whole lot more than haul groceries. Travel with confidence when purchasing your all-new Ford Edge from Capital City Ford. And for a limited time, qualified buyers can purchase at 1.9 APR for 72 months. Check out the full vehicle lineup at CapitalCityFord.com. Capital City Ford in Pierce, South Dakota.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
The word cooperative means working together for a common purpose. At Actegra Cooperative, we are dedicated to supporting the success of our farmers and the health of our communities for generations to come. Rooted in our communities, Actegra strives to instill dedication, determination, and integrity in everything we do, and that includes inspiring the next generation of agricultural leaders.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Now is the time to prepare for harvest. Grosenberg Implement knows that breakdowns not only cause a headache, but can be costly as well. Grosenberg Implement wants to make sure your software is updated and displays set up correctly. If you have any questions, all you have to do is call Grosenberg's Precision Ag Hotline at 402-256-6303 today and visit with their Precision Ag experts. Don't wait until fall. Call Grosenberg's Precision Ag Hotline today at 402-256-6303. Grosenberg Implement.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Fieldhouse in Pierre.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Kenols wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities, from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park your home away from home experience.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
At Wilbur Ellis, our forward-thinking approach to crop protection, nutrition, and seed development combines years of service and expertise to the latest technology wherever you are, whatever your needs. We offer seed sales, providing Integra, DeKalb, and NK seed, fertilizer and chemical application, which includes ground and air spray, and more. Much more. We're proud to sponsor all area sports and activities with locations in Miller, Highmore, and Blunt. Wilbur Ellis.
With our new online loan
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
And we are moments away from kicking off the second half here at the PILC Soccer Complex for Game 1 of our doubleheader between the Govs and the Rough Riders. The lone goal in this one as the Govs lead 1-0 came off the foot of Gracelyn Taylor, but not before a beautiful feed from Lexi Hilmer. It's our only goal of the game thus far. Gracelyn Taylor cut through about 3 Rough Rider defenders to get herself in front of the net and give us the game's only goal. Rough Riders trot back out onto the field. The Govs have been waiting patiently. We've been waiting patiently to get the second half underway and see if the Govs can deliver themselves their second win of the season. We're all set at midfield. The referee's walking to the outer side of the circle. Checks in with his counterparts. Still waiting. And we're underway here in the second half. Rough Riders will start with this one. They're going to be attacking from the left to the right. The Govs attacking from our right to left. Ball going far side, taken away nicely here by the Govs and now out of bounds. It'll stay with the Govs, yes.
And you can see immediately the Governors are putting pressure up high on their defenders. You can see the strategy here to start the second half for the Governors.
Ball coming right in front of us. Grace Imbrick trying to step in front of it. Willie Tadlock locks step in barrel with her. And now they're going to award the ball to the Rough Riders here. Thrown in quickly ahead. Ball bounced off a couple of noggins. Fed forward nicely for Pasica. Pasica with a shot. Oh, man, and there's going to be a whistle here. No, whistle came from the JV field. Bonte. Coach Bonte could not believe it. I couldn't either. A lot of contact there. No call. Emlyn Swanson will boot this one away.
Yeah, and I can understand Coach Bonte's feelings there. As a coach, I could understand. I would be looking for a foul there too.
Ball cleared down to Susan Olson, and yeah, if you're Coach Bonte, you've got to be saying, look, they were getting calls all first half. We've got to at least get one here. She wanted that one there, didn't get it. Ball here at midfield. Cross to Devin Van Rokel. It's out of reach for her. Going to go back to the Rough Riders. Into Lily Tadlock off her foot and out of bounds. She can't believe it. Grace Imbrick throws over a leaping Lily Tadlock, and that's going to draw a card. Our head referee heads over to Tadlock. She's got no interest in fielding this card. Short conversation now. Tadlock with a 1,000-mile stare ahead. She can't believe it.
Yellow card every time.
And she's going to have to come out of this game checking in for her Ulrika Lipo.
Yeah, so what the referee is calling there is called unsporting behavior. In the game of soccer, especially NFHS rules, that right there is going to be pretty much an automatic yellow for trying to delay the restart.
jumped up in the air with her hands raised like she was trying to basketball shot. She got her arms down quickly, but the referee caught her at the time. That one clears out behind the end line. It'll be a goalie kick for the Rough Riders. Wind howling here at the BILC Soccer Complex. Tell you, before moving out here from Atlanta, Georgia, I did a little reading on what to expect here in South Dakota. Said you can expect nice people, experience that, good food, experience that, and an abundance of wind. And I am experiencing that firsthand every day here in Pierre, South Dakota. This one goes out of bounds. Leave it. Strong throw in. Going to be forwarded ahead down the near sideline. This one will stay in bounds as it's tracked down nicely by Peyton Pearson. Cut off by Allie Hutchinson.
And again, there's that foot race between the two of them. Like I said, I don't believe Pearson's ran with too many defenders that run with her, and her and Allie Hutchinson have gone stride for stride pretty much the entire game so far.
Govs packing up the box defensively. Devin Van Rokel claims this one near sideline, trying to force it ahead to find Gracelyn Taylor, who gives herself a nice feed up ahead. Natalie Flockmeyer, who does not win the foot race, but the ball is going to stay down in the Govs zone. Govs offensive zone, thrown in by Flockmeyer, trying to find Grayson Taylor, covers it over to Lexi Hilmer. Lexi looks like she wants to take a shot and does, but it deflects off her foot to the right side and flails out of bounds.
Yeah, Lexi wanted to get that shot on frame. Unfortunately, technique was a little bit off there. She took the shot with her hips facing the wrong direction there and just couldn't get her hips around it to get it on frame. So far, 2 shots on frame, 1 shot wide. She's doing well.
She has delivered 2 rocket shots from outside the box today. That one not as much pace on it as her other 2. This one's cleared out of bounds. Some contact far side going down to the ground for the Govs, Jasmine Yost, but she's up.
You're starting to see the physical intensity rising towards the end of the first half there, and to start the second half, you're seeing that intensity starting to come up.
Nice slide tackle there from Yost to clear that one out. Wins them back the possession. Gracelyn Taylor now plays it forward to Flockmeyer. Flockmeyer now with a nice touch pass off to Lexi Hilmer. Lexi calling for Devin Van Rokel to go down to the near side corner. Great slide tackle there from Laura Wright for the Rough Riders, but the ball stays now with Flockmeyer. She pushes it forward and bounces it up to Susan Olsen, who two-hands it and slows things down for the Rough Riders. Good chance, good try there from Flockmeyer. She just had her hands full with some Rough Rider defenders. Now Gracelyn Taylor steps in front of this one, picks it off from Stefan. She tries to float one on net. Oh, just over the crossbar. Susan Olsen was not going to be able to do anything about that one. Gracelyn Taylor with a nice little chip shot, almost delivered.
Yeah, Gracelyn saw her out of position, said, let me see if I can float this one in the back of the net and just feather it down the back of the net there, and just a little bit over.
This one going to be cleared, but right to Devin Van Rokel, goes off her knee to Flockmeyer. Flockmeyer now with a nice little pinwheel turn. Feeds it inside Gracelyn Taylor. Tell you what, this Govs offense looks comfortable here. Now Flockmeyer right in front of the net, puts a shot on goal. What a save from Susan Olsen with the right foot. Her last-ditch effort just sticks her cleat out and pops it up into the air and saves this from becoming a 2-goal game for the Govs.
Great shot there by the Governors, and for Susan Olsen, she got caught in that spot there of the ball was too close to her to dive, and it was uncomfortable, so she just stuck a leg out.
That's just soccer IQ right there from Susan Olsen with a great save. Pierre almost got another opportunity. Ball is way up in the air, down deep in the Rough Rider defensive zone, chasing it down. Devin Van Rokel situates it, gets it off to Ireland Templeton, now working hard. Blocked off by the Govs bench here. Looks like it will stay with the Govs. Throw in, Lexi Hilmer trying to piece that one together. Ball straight up in the air, still in the Rough Rider defensive zone. This one going to go out of bounds. And going to stay with the Govs. Embricht picks it up quickly, throws it in, finds Hilmer. Embricht fighting hard with Aubrey Galipo. Pierre's going to pick it up quickly. Madison Butcher throws it ahead. Played up by Peyton Pearson, trying to turn the corner, but Allie Hutchinson there to take it away. The bullet is out of the gun, folks. Allie Hutchinson with a nice clear gets it over to Gracelyn Taylor, and now a Gov is down. I believe it is going to be Allie Hutchinson down on the ground. She's up and moving around, though. Good to see. Joe Wertz now far side, feeds it ahead for Natalie Flottmeyer. Flottmeyer almost gives herself an opportunity in front of the net. Ball stays here. Ireland Templeton now with it. Nice feed ahead, trying to find Devin Van Rokel, but couldn't get to it with risk of being offside. Templeton now steps in front of a pass, keeps it on the offensive for the Govs. Push down on the ball was Natalie Flottmeyer, and they're going to get the whistle on that.
Yep, and just a little bit too much in the back there. Generally going to be a foul every single time for most referees.
So Ireland Templeton will set up the set piece about 10 yards outside the box. Creeping up on it, tries to curl one in. Oh, and Susan Olsen played the English beautifully, as that one was curving from the top right corner back to the center of the net. Susan Olsen waited patiently on it, made a great play.
Yeah, and you watched that. She watched it all the way into her hands. The wind and the knuckle on that ball and the curve. Great shot by Ireland. Great save by Miss Olsen.
Ball played down. Grace Inbrick trying to keep it out of the zone. Does so nicely. Plays it up to Flottmeyer. Flottmeyer clearing, trying to feed it to Gracelyn Taylor, who's got the speed. We've seen that earlier. Taylor fighting for the ball. Pops it up towards the corner. She's going to be able to regain it. Plays it back. Chases it down. Kicked into Brooklyn Cole, but then regained by Grayson Taylor. Kinsley Pasika goes down hard, but she had a nice steal trying to keep it out of the zone. Played by Embricht, a little bit too strong, and now we'll roll out of bounds. Rough Riders and Madison Butcher to throw it in quickly. Trying to find Aubrey Gallipo. Devin Van Rokel takes it away. Gets it up to Lexi Hilmer. Tell you what, the Govs look fluid right now, Chris.
Yeah, it was a nice little combination play there to get the ball out of the zone, get it away from pressure, and now they're in the attacking third.
Devin Van Rokel doing a nice job defensively, stepping in front of that pass. Rough Riders trying to do anything they can to get something started offensively. Kinsley Pasika lays it down, trying to find Peyton Pearson. Peyton Pearson down into the corner, working hard against Allie Hutchinson. Allie Hutchinson will clear it out of bounds.
And that matchup, how many times have we said tonight, Pearson versus Hutchison?
Over and over again. Yeah, and it's been the marquee matchup.
Yeah, those two have definitely given each other everything they can handle.
Cleared into the JV game behind us. That one definitely caught some wind as it's making its way to the far sideline of the field, where we'll have our game 2 of our doubleheader.
Yeah, Jasmine Yost was tired of the ball being there, so she just cleared it and gave her team time to reset up.
Ball deflected after an Allie Hutchinson kickoff. An offensive player for the Rough Riders. It was Peyton Pearson who deflected the ball out of bounds. Checking into the game for the Govs, Zoe Bauer. Checking out, Devin Van Rokel. Had an outstanding start to this second half.
She's played a really good game out on the wing. She's done everything that's been asked of her. She's stayed wide when she needed to be wide. She's pinched in on defense when needed. I said at the very beginning of the game, the way these two teams play in their formations, the wide channels are going to be where the game is going to be played at a lot. And so far, the wings have been definitely instrumental in the way this game is played out.
1-0 Govs lead midway through the second half. Rough Riders trying to get something started offensively, crossed into the middle of the box, and the header just goes high of the net. A beautiful setup there by the Rough Riders. Madison Smalley nearly able to put it in the back of the net for their first goal.
Yeah, and number 23, Masika, she held on to the ball, kept possession of the ball with pressure on her, and then her teammate there overlapped her on the outside. She played a ball for that cross. So, again, getting that ball out wide and getting your dangerous balls back into the middle is where obviously Sioux Falls Roosevelt is trying to get it.
We'll replay this goalie kick right as the substitution was being made for the Rough Riders. Riley Moss was checking into the game. Ball went right to her. The substitution was still being made on the field. Govs trying to clear it. Riley Moss going to get her first action here. Bouncing around right in front of the whistle. Here's some contact. No play on. Lexi Hilmer trying to clear it. Gets it up to Graceland Taylor. Taylor turns around. Nice feedback to Hilmer. Hilmer cleared it up to Flotmeyer. These three have been working well. Nice pass here from Flotmeyer to Joe Wirtz, chasing it down far sideline. Trying to get something offensively set up here are the Govs. Wirtz turns it around. Plays it back to Caitlin Taylor. Taylor plays it forward, finds, or at least tries to find Zoe Bauer, but stepped in front of it nicely. Did the Rough Riders defender. It was Riley Moss who was making her impression here early. She got whistled for some contact, just playing hard. Corey Bonte can't believe it.
Yeah, Coach Bonte right now is definitely frustrated, and she's, again, the team is frustrated. So I feel where she's coming from as a coach. Been there many times.
Grayson breaks with the set piece, clears it in, and now coming back the other way with some pace are the Rough Riders. That across to Pasica. Pasica gets it back to Peyton Pearson. Peyton Pearson now taken away by the Govs. Played up to midfield. Zoe Bauer working hard for it. Or the right. Lays it down to Grayson Bricks, who's waiting, looking downfield for an outlet. Now going to take it herself and take it away. Nicely did Peyton Pearson. Crosses it in front of the net. Emlyn Swanson goes down to a knee and fields that one cleanly. Good steal there from Peyton Pearson. Just nothing doing in front of the net.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a mistouch there by Grayson Brecht, and nothing hurt from it. Roosevelt got a cross in, and we'll see where we go on the other side.
Flotmeyer now chasing this one down, trying to go against two Rough Rider defenders. Crossed over to Riley Moss, trying to get it out. Zoe Bauer chasing it down. We'll see where this one goes. Going to stay with the Govs. Kira Swenson assists Zoe Bauer getting that ball back. And now a substitution will be made. Joe Wirtz coming out of the game. Check in, back in. Devin Van Roepel, quick rest. Don't blame Swenson for wanting to. Coach Swenson making her back in the game so quickly. She's quite the force out there for the Govs.
She has. She's played a great game, and she just need to get out, get some water, get a little bit of instruction, and back in she went.
Oh, let it Gibbs be young again. Nice cross by Lexi Hilmer through the hands of Susan Olson, and a loose ball. Dangerous play, but cleared nicely by Jenna Steffen of the Rough Riders. That was another near goal for the Govs.
Great opportunity there. Again, that right there was a win ball. Miss Olson went out for where the ball was going to be. That wind knocked it down. And that's, again, watch that ball all the way in your hands.
Flotmeyer feeds it forward to Lexi Hilmer. Lexi Hilmer one-on-one with Olson, and she scores on the left side of the net. A left-footed shot from Lexi Hilmer. And the assist earlier to Gracie Taylor. She gets paid off this time with a goal of her own. The Govs lead 2-0.
Nice, very calm finish by Lexi Hilmer. Great pass by Natalie Flotmeyer. Split the defenders just like Lexi did earlier. Lexi ran onto it, solid. Picked her head up, look where the keeper was, put it far low 90 on her. Beautiful shot by Lexi Hilmer.
Lexi Hilmer with all kinds of daylight, one-on-one. I think she scores that goal 9 times out of 10.
She does. That's something she practices. I can guarantee you, come down here and watch any night when there's no one down here. She's down here practicing shots like that.
That's one that when you're laying in bed the night before a game, that's the goal you see in your dreams right there.
Exactly. Nice, easy pass into the goal. Great job, Lexi Hilmer.
Whistle here. Rough Riders going to take the ball now. Some more urgency, as you can tell from this offense. Got to get something going as they now trail by 2.
Yeah, they need a response here. Definitely need a response quickly so they can get right back in this game and have something to play for the last 20 minutes.
Emily Hutchinson, risky as always, steps in front of that one. The ball stays in bounds.
That was an interesting bounce. Ball bounced, and the referee assumed it was just going to bounce out, and it didn't.
He even raised his flag. He was ready for the call. I think it surprised even the head referee over there.
It did. It's unfortunate. That's why they say hold your flag. And make sure. That's a perfect example. He raised his flag, assuming, and never assume.
Trying to feed Zoe Bauer up the outlet. Turnaround kicked out of bounds by the Rough Riders. Lexi Hilmer over quickly, wanting to play with some urgency here. Gets it back over to Grace Imbricht, who will handle the throw in. Hilmer turns, gets by a defender now, and she just lets one rip from about 50 yards out. That one goes left of the net. She's been trying those long shots. I don't know about one that long, though, Chris.
Well, you know how they say Steph Curry has a heat check every now and then? Well, Lexi wanted a heat check right there. And
well-deserved heat check, too, for Lexi Hilmer.
Yep.
This one booted near side, going to find out the out-of-bounds line. Grace Imbricht going to get the throw in. Olsen dismayed at the kick. Flatmeyer turns around with it. Gets picked out of her pocket. Now coming back the other way. It nicely. Pearson trying to work, and a beautiful defensive play from Jasmine Hughes to stop that advance.
Yeah, unfortunately, the bullet, she came out and let it slip right there, but Jasmine Hughes came over and said, no problem, I'll get you back.
Jasmine Hughes coming from the rafters to save that play. This will lead to a corner for the Rough Riders. Going to kick it in is Aubrey Galipo. Crosses it middle of the box, almost put in, but cleared nicely by Grayson Taylor. Gracelyn Taylor, another Gov that's been all over the field today. Zoe Bauer trying to step in front of that one. Gracelyn Taylor gets it, now clears it up with a beautiful pass. If Zoe Bauer can get to it, looks like it will slow up enough for her to chase it down. Near side corner, crosses it in front to Lexi Hilmer. Lexi Hilmer going to empty the chamber with the left foot. Nearly gets that one to go. Susan Olsen steps in front of it and guides it wide. Lexi Hilmer is feeling it right now, Chris.
Yeah, she is. She got down there and said, I'm close enough. Let me try that far post one more time, and she was close.
She gets a look at the net. She's taking her shot.
And I'm sure that's by design. I'm sure the coaches have told her, hey, you got a great right and left foot. You get a free opening, you pick your head up and see it, go for it.
Lily Tadlock checking back in for the Rough Riders, checking out of the game, Aubrey Galipo.
I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised Tadlock has sat as much as she has. To start the game, she really had an advantage over there on that wing, and we haven't seen it since.
I was just about to say, Chris, you got to imagine Lily Tadlock does not come off the field for the remainder of this match.
I sure wouldn't take her off if I was a coach.
Thrown in from Imbricht. Gets it to Flatmeyer. Flatmeyer trying to cut through some corners here. Does so nicely, goes tumbling down. Cleared out by the Rough Riders. Going to stay with the Govs.
In that situation, just everyone going for the ball. Incidental contact by everyone.
Near side by Imbricht. And headed out behind the line. That's going to lead to a corner for the Govs.
Now you're kicking into this bit here. The ball's going to float, and it's going to die and drop. So we'll see where they try to put it. I would try to put it in the 6-yard box. I was kicking it.
Gracelyn Taylor to feed it in high up into the air outside the box. Fight for it. Grace Imbricht wasn't able to get to it. Now coming back the other way. Peyton Pearson feeds it off to Tadlock. Allie Hutchinson with a nice play. Gets that one loose. Rolls it out of bounds. It stays with the Rough Riders, but another great play from Allie Hutchinson. And now a whistle, and that'll bring us to our second half water break scheduled timeout. As always, our timeouts are brought to you by our friends at Coca-Cola.
You can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
From both sides, Sioux Falls, Roosevelt trying to find some offensive magic here late. This ball going to be thrown in by Riley Moss here. Lily Tadlock fighting with some Govs. This one's booted up high and out of bounds. Going to stay with the Govs.
That wasn't the ball she wanted there. The ball she wanted was to get that ball switch fields to the backside where they have that advantage 1v1 on the backside.
Thrown in by Embrecht, fought for by Lily Tadlock and Zoe Bauer. Joe Wirtz now trying to play this one up, but played away nicely by Kinsley Pasica. Pasica now gets it over to Demarius, who plays it forward, trying to get it to Lily Tadlock. Going to be rolling out of bounds. Allie Hutchinson in there, breaking it away again for the Govs. And quickly now played towards the middle. Picked up by Ireland Templeton and played out of harm's way. Back to midfield. Rough Riders regain possession, trying to get an offense set up.
Yeah, they're getting the ball. They're going to get the ball out wide and see if they can get a cross in.
Ball down near far side corner. Devin Van Rokel now working on Jenna Steffen. Steffen wins that battle, now throws it in quickly. Cleared out, booted by Jasmine Yost. This one's going to get all the way down to Susan Olson on the other end.
Yeah, that's one of those things, you know, time to clear the back line. And you noticed the adjustment that Pierre has made. Jasmine Yost now is playing center back next to Allie Hutchinson. Speed and speed.
Here come the Rough Riders. Nice feed pass ahead, looking for Peyton Pearson. Peyton Pearson near side of the box, rolled in front and stepped in front of it. Did Jasmine Yost. That one was sent to the middle. Looked like Emlyn Swanson was waiting all day for it, and then Jasmine Yost just came out of nowhere, booted that one into the street.
Yeah, and that's the adjustment that Coach Swenson has obviously made. She's another good player, excellent physical player next to Allie Hutchinson, and you know, as fast as Allie is, Jasmine is definitely not much slower, that's for sure.
And some good hustle from Brian Moser, the athletic director for the Govs, getting that ball out of harm's way from the street. Corner kick played up into the wind and below, high in the net.
Yeah, when you're driving the ball into the wind, like she was right there, that's the ball you got to drive. So it's a little ball, toe down, get that technique to where that ball's driven and has a little backspin on it versus the what she just did.
Natalie Flottmeyer checking back into the game. Lexi Hilmer coming out. Trying to clear, did the Govs, but picked up nicely by the Rough Riders here. And cleared down. Allie Hutchinson just trying to get it out of danger. Plays it up nicely. Devin Van Rokel fighting for the ball with Miss Steffen over there. Steffen turns it around, gets it off to the inside. Allie Hutchinson steps up and takes it away. Stunning. Every advance the Rough Riders have shown today, Allie Hutchinson has.
She has. She's done an extremely good job for cleaning up anything that got through the other girls in front of her. And here we go again.
Oh my goodness, Gracelyn Taylor in a foot race, and Susan Olson coming out in the nick of time to save that ball, diving at the feet of Gracelyn Taylor to save it. And just gets it out of the way in time. Now coming back the other way, trying to create some offense are the Rough Riders, but to no avail as it's cleared by the Govs.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Miss Olson refuses to come outside her box and make that a harder ball, but she takes one more step and uses her feet. She doesn't have that collision there.
Govs fighting with the Rough Riders down in their defensive zone now, trying to clear it out. Zoe Bauer steps in front, plays it across. Trying to find Devin Van Grokel. Wind will knock that down right into the foot of Jenna Steffen. Steffen plays it forward. Demarius plays it down into the corner looking for Kinsley Pasica. This is going to lead to a corner kick for the Rough Riders. Jenna Steffen going to take this one.
Different from the other side. This is the ball that you want. You don't need to put your foot through. The wind is going to take this ball a long ways.
Sure can. Put up into the air by Steffen. Cross, but no offensive player there for the Rough Riders. Chasing after it was Riley Moss. It's going to be kicked out of bounds. And the Govs will have possession.
You don't need to put your foot into it. She did. That's the result that 18-yard box.
Sure did. Stepped in front of nicely here with Sydney Quayle, but this ball booted out of the zone across midfield. Chasing it is Ella Rydell. She's going to play it back to Susan Olsen. We'll see if she picks it up. Nope, she just boots it forward. Stepping in front of that one, Ireland Templeton now, though. Things are on for the Govs. Graceland trying to feed it. Oh, what a beautiful pass to Templeton. One-on-one in front of the net, and she finds the back of it. Graceland Taylor on the assist. Ireland Templeton with the goal.
Yeah, but she was offsides on the kick.
Oh, no, did they call it offsides? Was the flag up? It was.
Yep.
Wipe that call out, folks.
Yep. And it was a great give and go. Ireland just couldn't hold her run up, and Grayson couldn't get the ball off her feet fast enough. So girls had a great idea there, just didn't get it quite executed.
Now quickly being played forward by the Rough Riders here. Opportunity for Pasica. She puts it in.
And just that quickly.
Unbelievable speed by Kinsley Pasica as she takes on two Gov defenders right to the net and shows some great patience in getting that one right past Emlyn Swanson. So what was instantly a 3-0 lead turned back to 2-0 and now 2-1 as the Rough Riders find a much-needed goal off the foot of Kinsley Pasica.
Yeah, and she got inside position on the defender there, and I believe it was Caitlin Taylor. And no fault of Caitlin's. She battled everything she hit. She closed the space. Emily came out, closed the space. Pasica just got a great ball off, and that's the way it happens. So the girls have played a great game thus far. This whole game, they just got to keep it up.
And now another steal by Pasica, feeding it forward, trying to find it over to Lily Tatlock, who's trying to corral this ball up in the air, uses her body to drop it down. Now ball still alive, chasing after it, Joe Wirtz. And who else is over there? Lily Tadlock, playing with some serious aggression here.
Yeah, Lily Tadlock now seems to be fired up, and that's the first time I've seen her have an explosive move since the first half right there. So that's a good sign for Roosevelt.
And Riley Moss boots this one out of play. It looks like if she had just let that one continue to roll, it would have stayed with the Rough Riders off the throw from Enright. But Enright gets another opportunity, gets it up to Ireland Templeton, who just scored. Just taken away from the offside. Pasica now plays it far side, ball in the air. Cole trying to wrangle that one down, going to be kicked across midfield.
I truly wish the fans right now could watch us here and watch this game. I'm sure everyone can hear the wind in our microphones here, but folks, you have to watch Justin here. His laptop is hovered like a helicopter at least 3 or 4 times here.
He was clear off the table more times than I think I've said Govs to it. Knock on wood, we have yet to lose a computer, we've yet to lose a line of part, more importantly, we've yet to lose, I should say, our Wi-Fi. We're close to losing our minds, though. 2-1 lead. Govs here late. Kinsley Pasica brought it within one. The goal for the Rough Riders moments ago, trying to find the equalizer.
Yeah, Sioux Falls now is doing caution a little bit. They're pushing numbers forward. Obviously, the coach has made the decision
bounce softly. Embricht off her thigh. That's going to stay with the Rough Riders.
Good positioning by Tadlock right there.
Absolutely. Using her size to her advantage. Laid in front, just outside the foot of Madison Smalley. She was right there, coming back the other way. Ireland Templeton plays it forward. Graceland Taylor trying to track it down. Riley Moss getting in front of her. Can Graceland Taylor get to it? She cannot. Great effort. Just a little bit out in front. All going to be thrown in by Riley Moss. It's Demarius on the throw in. Goes off the shin. Into the handshake line behind us. This JV game just wrapped up. Need some of those guys to stay back there in case they need to catch one.
Yeah, it's definitely wanting to show us.
We can do it all here, folks. Played in front of the net now. Devin Van Roekel trying to find a look. Lexi Hilmer now trying to go with the left foot. Sticks her foot in the ground. Turns with the right foot shot right into the hands of Susan Olsen. Played the win nicely. A turnaround shot from Lexi Hilmer. The way she's been playing, you just got to put them on net.
Yeah, and one of her shots have been on net, which is, that's awesome to see. Go back and watch the film, and the coach will be like, keep taking those shots. They've been dangerous, every single one of them.
Lexi Hilmer trying to step in front of this pass, gets a foot on it, now turns the corner, got another opportunity, still breaking through defenders, left foot shot, far side, almost gets it to go. Susan Olsen covered that side of the net, just off target a little bit. Lexi Hilmer is putting on the pressure offensively.
She's giving everything she can out there. You can see her hands are on her hips. I think the sub coming in, Miss Bauer, is going to be for her.
Coming down the field now, Peyton Pearson trying to get the ball in front of the net. Allie Hutchinson clears. Out of bounds. Will stay with the Rough Riders. Getting towards the end of this second half. Taking away. Now Tadlock throws it in front of the net, trying to find Pasico for a header just over her head. But still in for the Rough Riders. Madison Smalley tried to put a shot on goal. It sailed wide of the net. Emlyn Swanson will take her time getting this one cleared for the Govs.
And that was a very dangerous opportunity for Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Two girls on the backside right there looking for the Governors. The Sioux Falls Roosevelt striker just missed it.
Billy Tadlock did a nice job setting up that play for the Rough Riders. Fight for the ball, far side between Van Roekel and Brooklyn Cole. Steffen sends it in. Allie Hutchinson there to deflect it away. Emlyn Swanson trying to chase it down, but just couldn't get there in time. This will lead to a corner from the far side for the Rough Riders.
I can tell you how much Emlyn does not want a corner kick. She also left that one. She does not want to see any of these floating balls in her 18-yard box.
Absolutely. Jenna Steffen going to take this one now for the Rough Riders. Hand up in the air, puts it up. Towards the front of the box. Bounces over a couple of heads. Joe Wirt's going to now take it, trying to take Riley Moss up the sideline, trying to find Lexi Hilmer on the feet, unable to do so. Hilmer with a nice deflection out of bounds. He'll stay though with the Rough Riders here. Thrown in by Moss, gets it up to Madison Smalley, who clears it down into the corner. Enbricht going to chase after that one, fully content watching it roll out of bounds. Substitution coming here for the Govs. Checking in Zoe Bauer, checking out Lexi Hilmer.
Yep, and Lexi has put in a good shift as she's been in there. You can tell she's just spent right now.
If anybody deserves some water and some rest, it's Lexi Hilmer.
Yep, she's done a good job out there, being dangerous both with the assists and the shots.
Tadlock keeping it alive for the Rough Riders here. Played down. Oh, nice move down there by Natalie Flontmeyer. Shaking defenders there. Still trying to get the ball out. Whistle blown. Trapped ball there by Grace Embricht. Embricht is going to clear. Coach Bonte can't believe it. She's been distraught seemingly the entire match.
Yeah, she's fighting for her team. She can't do a lot out there because she's not playing, but she is fighting for her team, everything she can.
Absolutely. Going to be rolled out of bounds. It was off the foot of Ella Rydell. Graceland Taylor going to throw this one in for the Govs. 2-1 Govs lead here late. Trying to close this one out, stay undefeated on the season. Got about 6 minutes, as I'm told from not only my play-by-play, my color guy, but my clock keeper now, too. This guy does it all, folks, I'm telling you. Ball staying down far side, be cleared again. Graceland Taylor jogging after it. Ireland Templeton stretching out the calves. Lexi Hilmer jogging back. Quick turnaround for Hilmer on the bench. They want her in this game to try to close this out in the remaining minutes. Hilmer waiting patiently to check in. Nursing what looked like could be hopefully only cramps. She walks back to the sideline gingerly. So now Riley Moss going to throw this one in for the Rough Riders. It went off a Gov. So now Embrick's waiting for this one to roll out of bounds. A lot of just slow, elongated play here from the Govs. Trying to just spend this clock.
Yeah, just trying to grind the game out. This is take as I like to say, take the air out of the ball.
Absolutely. Bring this one to a slow grinding halt. Zoe Bauer now trying to chase the loose ball. Wasn't even intended for her, but she almost got to it. Going exactly the way the Govs would hope. Trying to get it downfield. Sydney Quayle, the wind took it, pushed it near side and out of bounds. Grayson, they're going to throw this one in for the Govs. Anytime that ball gets inbounds, it's going straight out of bounds, especially down here to our left.
Yeah, and right now you're seeing a result of tired legs, too. Both teams have spent a lot of energy.
Joe Wirtz wins the battle here at midfield, but taken away by Pasica. Pasica trying to feed it forward to Peyton Pearson. And as you said, tired legs prevailing here. Taken away nicely by Caitlin Taylor. And now going the other way. Taylor feeds it forward, trying to find Hilmer in a foot race now with Ella Rydell. Rydell now, Sarah came all the way out of the box. Susan Olsen did.
Yeah, just a miscommunication. Her defender was waiting for her. She finally came out, and the defender's like, it's too late. I'm not having another collision.
Abort the mission.
Yeah. Just some miscommunication there.
Thrown in, played by Demarius, and taken away by Taylor. Rolling back to Susan Olsen. She picks it up. Olsen with a boot ahead.
This time far more decisive.
Yes. Under 5 minutes to play here. Govs just trying to close out this game. They lead 2-1. Riley Moss going to take the ball for the Rough Riders. Throwing it in, give and go from Madison Smalley, rather. Smalley with a nice feed pass forward.
And you can hear the coach over there for the Rough Riders. She wants the ball up and over. She wants it through. We have no time to play possession right now. We need dangerous balls on frame.
Have to get the ball in front of the goal here. Try to test Emlyn Swanson. Fight between the 11s, Brooklyn Cole and Caitlin Taylor. And now a shot from way outside the box by the Rough Riders, going to float harmlessly outside the net.
Yeah, coach wanted a foul there, shoulder to shoulder. Referee's not inclined to agree with her. He's let that kind of play go the entire game, so I doubt he's going to call it this late in the game.
Swanson looking around, taking her time, rightfully so. Plays it forward, trying to find Flottmeyer over the outstretched leg and roll out of bounds. Picked up by Ella Rydell. Rydell with urgency, trying to find a play. Gets it into Madison Smalley, who plays it back to Rydell. And now played forward and over the head. And a dangerous play there. Running into Emlyn Swanson was Kinsley Paseka, and a card is coming for Paseka. It's a yellow. There was definite contact after Emlyn Swanson corralled that loose ball.
Yeah, and Paseka was coming hard after the ball, and could she have jumped out of the way? I believe she could have, but, she didn't. Got the proper justification for the card.
And at this point in the game, she's just playing aggressive, trying to get her team an opportunity to equalize and find an equalizer and tie this thing up.
Yep, you can see what the coach thought about it. Coach pulled her off, put her right back up at the substitution line.
Absolutely. Aubrey Galipo checked in for Paseka after that yellow. Time running out for the Rough Riders. Paseka trying to check in front of us. Nobody came off for Paseka. The Pierre bench wants an explanation here. Shot deflected in front and still loose in front of the net. Now an opportunity goes high. Oh my goodness, Madison Smalley put a shot on the net and just pressed at the top of the crossbar. A lot of confusion here as Paseka was trying to check in without anybody coming off while play was still continuing on. And the Rough Riders, in the midst of confusion, got an opportunity in front of the net.
And technically, Rough Riders right now, the referee had noticed it, made an illegal substitution. The referee did not acknowledge them to come on, so they've made an illegal sub, but this late in the game, that's crazy. No one's going to see it.
And the Govs bench was doing everything they could to alert the officials to it. Moving quickly, Paseka sets up, now kicks it cross field, gets inside the box, headed away. Gracelyn Taylor now gets her head on it. Lexi Hilmer trying to play it forward out of the zone, just boots it straight ahead, and a beautiful play by Hilmer to clear it out. And that will do it, and the Pierre Govs improve to 2-0 on their season with a 2-1 victory over the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. What a game that was. Goals coming in the first half from Gracelyn Taylor. In the second half, Lexi Hilmer. Rough Riders did a great job keeping it close. It was Kinsley Paseka with the lone goal for the Rough Riders, but the Govs outlast. We'll be right back with more from our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. We'll get you ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader. You're listening to Pierre Governors Soccer on River 92.7. And we're back here at the PILC Soccer Complex after Game 1 of our doubleheader. The Pierre Govs win 2-1 over the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. And we've got head coach Kira Swenson here with us. Coach, another great performance by your team. a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of tough play. Lexi Hilmer, Gracelyn Taylor played outstanding games. Give us your take on what you saw from your team today.
Yeah, we've been talking about playing from start to finish, whistle to whistle, and I think they found a way to get it done. This win was kind of a lot to deal with too, but everybody just stuck together and got it done, and that's what we're looking for.
Coach, we had a tough time deciding who player of the game was going to be, because while Lexi Hilmer had the amazing assist to Gracelyn Taylor, scoring the one and had a couple of great shots, Allie Hutchinson seemed to shut down every offensive opportunity for the Rough Riders today. What can you say about your team's defensive play today?
Yeah, we're just trying a new formation this year, and they're trying to work on the games, but I think they're just staying together as a unit, and that's able to shut down teams.
Okay, watching the first game to this game, do you feel like you're building and as you want to the first two games where you want to get to?
Yep, we really stretched just possessing the ball and moving together as a unit. It was a little rocky in the first half, but I felt like they adjusted at halftime and started playing better together in feet. Just moving the ball.
That was our head coach, Kira Swinson. Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations on another big win. The Dubs improved to 2-0 early on in their season. We'll be back right after this to talk more Pierre Gov soccer. We'll look ahead at the game 2 of our doubleheader. We're listening to Pierre Governors soccer on the River 90.